Ms. Costa? Ms. Hibiscus?
Yes.
Mr. Leclerc?
Yes.
Next, I'll make a motion to seal the closed session minutes of January 14th, 2026. Do we have a second?
Second?
Second by Mrs. Costa. Mr. Perrier, roll call.
Chairman Bourget,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Burke?
Yes.
Ms. Costa?
Yes.
Ms. Hibiscus?
Yes.
Mr. Leclerc?
Yes.
And there were no votes that were taken in closed session. Will you please stand and join me in a moment of silence and the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I believe we have guests tonight, so I'll ask Mr. DeRozier to please come to the podium and introduce your students.
Good evening, everyone. Nice to see everyone again. I'm coming here tonight with 7 students and 4 teachers, 4 teachers, 5 teachers.
Super.
I think that's
Great.
And we're here tonight, and we're going to do a presentation on our attendance team, which I would like to introduce right now, and that is Diane Kisseberth, Emily Speakman, Jeannie Baudette's not here, Chantel Torres, and Jen Jarvis, our BI, is not with us tonight as well. Teachers that came to support is Mrs. Ferrenti and Mrs. Tatakos. I think that's it, right? Okay. So what we've been doing as we been working really hard this year, for the last couple of years, really, we know that there's no secret to student success, is that being in school and in being in front of a teacher. The face-to-face learning cannot be replicated, and we work really hard to get our kids into school. The presentation tonight is our students giving you how they feel about coming to school every day. We had a little contest at school, and these are the 7 students that are we invited to come with us tonight.
Great.
Okay, the first one is Peyton Andrews.
I believe that attendance matters because if we don't go to school, we won't learn. And if we don't learn, we won't be successful. And if we don't come on time, we will miss stuff. And if we miss stuff, we will fail. If we don't come, we won't be able to go to the next grade. We will have to stay back. Until we start coming to school, we will not be able to learn anything, and we will be in trouble by our parents, by our teachers, and by our principal. In middle school, if you're on a team and you're missing too many days of school, you will be asked to leave the team and you will not be able to join the team. And if you're missing too many days of school, you will get detention or suspended.
Thank you. Well done.
Thank you, Peyton. Our next student, 5th grader, is Jacoby Gilbo. Some of our kids are a little nervous, but I told them they're like NFL players, and this is what they got to get used to doing.
There we go.
That's right.
The first reason why you should go to school is to talk and make new friends. The second reason why you should go to school is that it can make your future better. The third reason why you should go to school is that you can learn new skills.
Excellent, thank you. Another 5th grader is Cole Hilton.
I think it is important to attend school because if you don't have good attendance, you might stay down in your grade. Also, it is important to attend school because if you don't come to school, you can't learn. Finally, it is important to attend school because if you don't come to school, you can't see your friends.
Good.
The next student we have is Faith Perez, 5th grade.
Being at school is important because having a good attendance matters. Also, you need school to learn and get a good education. For example, if you don't go to school and never listen to teachers, you won't get a good education. Coming to school in general is important. Also, school is where you learn and not where you talk to your friends all the time. And if you talk to your friends all the time and don't pay attention, you won't know anything about the lessons.
Thank you, Faith. It's pretty wild that some of these kids had handed their work in to me, but then came back to me and said, could I do a rewrite on that? So they were trying to fix it because they want to impress you guys so much. The next one is Zion Amato. You've been waiting for this all week.
All right. 3 reasons why we should be in school. I and we. Being in school is important because you can learn more, especially about the history of our country and also math and science. Reason 2, because you can meet new friends, meet new people, make friends, and learn about friendship and your surroundings. Reason 3, to prepare for the future because we don't know what the future holds and what our mind is capable to achieve.
Great job.
Okay.
Future president.
And his cousin, Jordan De Silva.
He's adorable.
School is important because you learn how to read and math and science. No. And you also learn how to do math and science. School is also important because you learn your potential in life and how that will help me in the future when I need it. Lastly, school is important because to attend because if you miss a day, that then you can't know what the class did that day, and you'll be behind everybody.
Good job. Well done. Good job.
So just a couple of other things that I wanted just to talk about is that we have a daily check-in with kids that we have question marks on, that we're really trying to motivate to come to school. We use the Attendance Matters playbook often. Tonight, before the meeting, my staff, this group of young ladies right here, they stayed at school for like 2 hours, just making phone calls, preparing letters, just going above and beyond to try to get our kids into school. How many phone calls did you make tonight? 20 to 25 phone calls just tonight, just trying to get kids into school. I don't know if you have seen this, but on Fridays we have dancing into school, which is amazing. The kids love it. And we also do classroom highlights. And let's see, dancing. Oh, this is the one that I enjoy the most, home visits. See, right here I have Mrs. Kissenberth with me. She's the first one to go in because I'm afraid of dogs. But I just wanted to thank you for everyone for having us here tonight. And we're working really hard every day to try to get our kids into school. We know how important it is. And I think that's it. Everyone had a chance to go. So thank you very much, all our guys from Vernon Heights.
Mr. DeRozier, thank you so much for bringing your students here, your teachers here. You're doing a great job. And I want to thank the parents for supporting your children. My God, it feels good to see this kind of support because we know that your kids are getting it. So congratulations. Now we'll go into good and welfare. For anyone addressing the school committee during good and welfare, please begin with your name and address. Your comments shall be no more than 5 minutes of speaking time and should be in good decorum. Please be aware that the committee cannot respond to you during good and welfare, but may direct you to an appropriate member of the administration team or may meet with you directly after the meeting for further discussion. Is there anyone who wants to address the school committee this evening? Please.
Hello. I'm a new parent and
Excuse me, may I have your name and your address?
I'm sorry. My name is Michelle De Silva. I'm Jordan De Silva's mom.
Great.
I'm new to the school. I'm new parent to the school, and I cannot say enough about this school. Their communication with the parents are great, and they do check in with the parents time to time to make sure that the children go to school. And that's all I have to say about the school. They're awesome. Mr. D and all the teachers, they work as a team. So
Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
Well done. Is there anyone else?
Very good.
Hearing and seeing none, we'll go into recognitions and announcements. Mr. Perrier, would you take that section?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As far as recognitions and announcements go, we have two. First of all, the 2026 Valley Breeze Fall All Scholastic Sports Awards. Braylon Gilbo, football. Braylon earned first team all division honors as a wide receiver. Oh, we have some applause there.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Braylon earned first team all division honors as a wide receiver and was one of the 5 players on the team to receive all academic recognition.
nice.
A consistent high honors role student, Gilbo also contributed to the Novans baseball team's Division III championship run earlier this year. In baseball, he played as a pitcher and infielder, earning second team all conference and first team all division honors.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
And we also have Avery Karen, girls volleyball. Well, let's hear it for her. Avery, a talented junior outside hitter, earned first team all division honors and helped lead the Novans volleyball team to a 16-win season and a berth in the Division IV championship match. Off the court, Karen excels academically as a member of the National Honor Society. She is also preparing to continue her athletic success in the upcoming indoor and outdoor track season. A versatile competitor, she participates in throwing events, hurdles, and jumps. At last June's outdoor state meet, she placed 4th in the triple jump. And one final update for you, Mr. Chairman. David Vega, Woonsocket High School senior, has been accepted to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
Right.
This was accomplished through the Questbridge National College Match Scholarship. He earned a full 4-year scholarship.
That's sweet.
Amazing.
MIT was Vega's first choice, and he is one of 2,550 students nationwide selected to receive scholarships through Questbridge's 55 college partners. Vega said he is proud of the achievement and hopes it brings positive recognition to Woonsocket High School, a school he believes is often misunderstood. There are so many people here from different backgrounds, and they bring so many perspectives, Vega said. Vega's accomplishments extend beyond academics. He serves as president of the National Honor Society, president of class of 2026, has completed in Skills USA at both the state and national levels, and played on the varsity boys volleyball team. He is also active in the community, volunteering at events such as the Georgia City 5K and programming small games as part of his personal development. Looking ahead, Vega envisions himself working as a software programmer in Boston within the next decade.
Nice.
Unbelievable.
That is all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Are any of those people here?
I don't know. Are any of those
so.
students here?
Students here? No. One of the moms?
Oh, Mom, you gonna stand up?
Mom, stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dad, too. Congratulations.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Perrier. I'll make a motion to receive and place on file the recognitions and announcements. We have a second.
Second?
Second by Mrs. Costa. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Next, we'll go into the approval of minutes, and I'll make a motion to approve the December 17, 2025 open meeting minutes. Do we have a second?
Second?
Second by Mrs. Costa. Any changes to those? Mr. Perrier, roll call.
Chairman Bourget,
Abstain.
Vice Chairman Burke,
Yes.
Ms. Costa,
Yes.
Ms. Kepiscus,
Yes.
Mr. Leclerc.
Yes.
Next, we'll go into the consent agenda, and I'll make a motion to discuss and approve the consent agenda. Do we have a second?
Second?
Second by Mrs. Costa. Does any member of the committee want to take any item for discussion? Mr. Perrier?
Chairman Bourget,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Burke,
Yes.
Ms. Costa,
Yes.
Ms. Kepiscus,
Yes.
Mr. Leclerc.
Yes.
I see that our student representatives are not here this evening.
We do have a report.
We do have a report. Mrs. Kepiscus, would you like to read the report or
No,
no?
Mr. Perrier.
Mr. Perrier, it's all you.
Just give me a moment to pull the report up.
You want me to read it?
Go ahead. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, give me Costa, well.
Mrs. Costa, please, go ahead.
All right. So, for the report, it says students are currently preparing for midterms, making this a busy academic period. Midterms will take place from January 13th through January 16th with half days for students. High Five Monday will take place this week with students visiting local elementary schools to spread positivity and school spirit. Winter athletics continue with multiple basketball events and strong student participation. Students have the opportunity to audition for Fashion Revival, which includes runway modeling and talent performances. Details and signups are available in the Google Classroom. An upcoming portfolio deadline is approaching, and students are using provided resources to stay on track with learning expectations. Rhode Island Interscholastic League Fall Football Honors 2025 All Division Honors, Woonsocket Villanovans Football RIIL Division II. First team is Braylon Gilbo, Daniel Coate Jr., Patrick Munger, Jimmy James. The second team is Jalil Quinones Diaz, Anthony Salonia, Ariel Medina, Bobby Bonhung. And third team is Lamine Nang and Ty Bodavang. I apologize if I messed up any of the names on that.
Oh, you did.
And okay, so we have a little bit more here. Students from Health Careers went to Windermere Woods Assisted Living Facility to wrap gifts that the residents bought for an adoptive family. The residents truly enjoyed and appreciated having the students there to help them wrap the gifts. The students enjoyed wrapping gifts and spending time with the residents, chatting about the Christmas season as well. And then there's a picture with the students that were wrapping the gifts.
Good.
And that sums up their report.
Thank you, Mrs. Costa. Any comments? Then I'll make a motion to receive and place on file the student report, student representative report. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Leclerc. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Next, we'll go into the superintendent's report. We're going to take them by elements. So the first element we'll deal with is the personnel matters update, and I'll ask Mr. Perrier to take care of that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For the personnel actions over the last 3 weeks, we've hired 3 teachers. We've hired a health career teacher at Career and Tech, a special education teacher for the science department at the high school, and a primary self-contained MLL teacher at Globe. We've also added 3 PCAs across the district, 1 at Globe, 1 at Pothier, actually, and 2 at Pothier. And that's the update.
Any questions, comments? Then I'll make a motion to receive and place on file the personal matters update. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Next to last, Mr. Notoriani to discuss the climate and security update.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the focus of the update is just on the yonder pouches. As the committee is aware, we've purchased enough yonder pouches to implement at the secondary level. And we've already reported out, we've done several school visits. Over the last couple of weeks, representatives from yonder have been out and visiting to observe our arrival and dismissal process at the high school, Career Tech, Hamlet Middle School, and Villanova Middle School. They do this across the country. They then met strategically with building leadership and key staff members, and they have quite a bit of documentation and process behind their implementation. It's not just something like pass them out. They have quite a few different templates. They have communication templates and planning templates, and they debriefed what their observations were. And I believe we're going to be going live when we return from the February break. Our building principals, working with their teams in cooperation with the union leadership, are developing the messaging, which you'll start to see go out shortly. That will include parent and guardian notifications. I believe they're going to have some parent meetings. They're going to have faculty and staff meetings and student assemblies to go over expectations in terms of the implementation. And again, when we return from the February break, they'll be passing out the yonder pouch. This is what it looks like. And there'll be strict enforcement of the no cell phones in the district. And then beyond that, I'll leave it to Mrs. Kabiscus and I'm not sure who else is doing the update about policy. Mr. Burke, I apologize, Vice Chairman Burke, about the electronic device policy and what our plans are going forward in terms of yonder pouches and what the policies and procedures would be. So that concludes the climate and security update.
Thank you, Mr. Notoriani. Any questions, comments for now? Then I'll make a motion to receive and place on file the climate and security update. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Next, I'll ask our Director of Curriculum to handle the last item, which is the job description amendments to the Director of Title I and Literacy position. Angie?
Thank you, Chairman. As many of you already know, I have the unfortunate privilege of letting everybody know that our Director of Title I and Literacy will be retiring in the next 2 months or so. And we're very, very, very happy for her, but not so happy for us. So I will be reviewing the new job description as Mr. Rizzo is leaving the district. As when any director leaves, we review the current job descriptions and look to see how distribution of workload can be either adjusted or moved around a little bit just to make things a little bit more equitable. We actually had some conversations about what exactly does Mr. Rizzo actually do so that we can represent the job correctly. She'll be impossible to replace, but we're doing our best to find a way to cover everything that she's doing. So our new director position will be titled Grants and Multi-Tiered Supports, Multi-Tiered System of Supports. That director will be responsible for all of our federal grants. So our titles 1, 2, not 3. 3 is still under our director of MLLs, Ms. Agia. And also the new director would have Title 4. Title 4 is not a federal grant title that we had used in the past. We've just started using it right now. So it'll be new for the new person and all of us. The grant director will also review any of our 21st century grants or other smaller grants that you may see come. If somebody might see something really great on NASA's website and they want to apply for a grant. This director will be responsible for managing and maintaining those grants. Also, this position will cover our MTSS program. And many of our MTSS program components are already embedded in our Title I within the grant. So it makes sense for this director who's overseeing Title I to include the MTSS. And as a reminder, multi-tiered system of support is MTSS. That includes our reading and math interventionists. It includes our MTSS, not director, coordinator, and our 2 facilitators. We have 2 facilitators in the district who manage our MTSS meetings. So that person they'll all report to this director. So that's basically the position. Again, it's the federal grants, including 1, the writing of 2, 4, and MTSS.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Mr.
Vice Chair Burke?
Chairman,
Yes.
I also share your sadness.
Yes,
in
tomatoes.
Rizzo leaving us, but we do know she's going to have 2 other jobs. She will be a grandmother, and she will be a world traveler.
Yes.
She continues on her jobs.
Irreplaceable.
Sue.
I do have another question, though.
Oh,
If I remember from the past, this title used to be called Director of Literacy.
correct.
I don't see the word literacy mentioned anymore anywhere. What's going to happen with that?
Literacy is coming into my department, so I'll be taking over all of the curriculum. So Mr. Rizzo was very well versed in literacy, and it maintained in her department when I joined in. But literacy now, ELA, will be under my department.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Anyone else? Then I'll make a motion to receive and place on file the job description amendments to the Director of Title I and Literacy position. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Next, I will ask Ms. Kepiscus to give us the Curriculum Subcommittee report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Curriculum Subcommittee met on January 5th at 3:30. We reviewed a program called Defined Careers. Dr. Holt supports the purchase of this curriculum, which supports our middle school and high school students in their career exploration and work in conjunction with and supplements to our current curriculum and programs. We are not purchasing the elementary school program at this time. The program will be purchased through a Perkins grant, and PD will be paid for through Title II. We also reviewed state assessments pre and post-COVID and chronic absenteeism and how they all relate together. The subcommittee was provided with handouts displaying graphs providing comparisons between 3 urban communities, including us, and RIDE statewide figures, as well as graphs providing information specific to the WED generally and broken down into particular subgroups to demonstrate the negative effect of chronic absenteeism on proficiency levels in the district. A review was provided by administrators present as to the WED's efforts to combat chronic absenteeism through our district attendance team and individual school teams, as well as the implementation of a 3-tiered attendance plan. The focus in particular is on 3 transitional grades in particular: kindergarten, grade 6, and grade 9. These are the functional grades which can set a child up for attendance success in each of the 3 school levels. Some of the plans developed by these attendance teams have seen significant success with the implementation of incentives, both to individual students and to classes generally. The administrator of Coleman reviewed her actions in this regard, which have yielded particular success on the attendance front. With regard to instructional empowerment and mode of instruction, an update was provided in that Dr. McGee and Dr. Holt will be attending a presentation and providing a presentation at the National Association of School Administrators in February in Tennessee on the WED's implementation of the model of instruction where applied with fidelity. As a result, there is no curriculum subcommittee meeting in February. Our next meeting will be on March 16 at 3:30 in the Woonsocket Middle School Hamlet at room 124. And that concludes my report, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mrs. Kepiscus. Any questions for her? Then I'll make a motion to receive and place on file the Curriculum Subcommittee report. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Next, I'll ask Ms. LeClaire, Mrs. Kepiscus, to give us the Student Safety and Behavioral Health Report.
Right, we met on January 13th at 4 o'clock in the Hamlet building. Had our first report. The meeting minutes in the previous meeting we approved. Then we had our report from elementary schools. Harris School is having some problems with debris and drug paraphernalia being strewn in the yard. This was addressed by facilities immediately, and SROs were notified to increase patrols. Custodians will perform multiple property checks and clean up debris during their shifts and make notifications for any safety concerns. Burn-in behavioral incidents have significantly decreased. There's some issues with the cones being utilized for student walkers in the driveway, and our issues as they are moved sometimes. The parents aren't abiding by them, causing safety concerns also. So one way to rectify the problem is for the students to use the walkway. That's already there. That goes from the building up to the second level lot. This is a much safer option for the students and parents, and it would alleviate many concerns. Also at Leo Savoy, behavioral incidents have also decreased. These are concerns that there's no follow-through with rectifying student issues from the administration. Director of Special Education Dawn Morrell will have a meeting on January 27th at 3:45. Some of the reps from the elementary schools to decide implementation of some programs and suggestions she received from the staff during her informal meetings with all stakeholders. Both your citizens, they had a lockdown early in the month, and they had an after-action analysis with staff to see how to improve the response. The meeting went well, and they will be implementing some changes to their response. They have some staffing issues with BIs and some contracted BIs also, and they also need some teachers' assistants, but there are ongoing interviews set up this week that should hopefully have some hired soon. Move on to the middle schools. There are some issues with lingering camera issues and fobs for door issues and fire doors. All these are currently being worked on by our facilities department. They have some issues with the cones also used for traffic flow. And most of the time it's because the parents aren't following the pattern. So to remedy this, they might have the SRO go there at dismissal to see how they can rectify some other concerns. Another concern is with the truancy court that's held in this middle school. I guess some of the parents and some of the children are waiting in some of the main hallway areas, and they're in the areas, so they're causing some concerns. Some of them aren't pretty happy with why they're there and the reason or when they leave, they're not happy with the results.
Sure.
So that has causing some concerns. So the facilities director is going to speak with the principal here and the truancy court clerk to try and come up with some resolution. And Villanova has no pressing issues.
Okay.
So on to the high school and WAC Tech. There's some minor camera issues, but the administration is continuing to be on top of those problems. Onward to safety, general safety. Alice training is up to date on the schools, and there's currently no issues. Both your citizen intercoms and telephones and clocks are being installed now. Woonsocket High School and WAC Tech clocks and telephones are in the process of being installed. Middle school clocks and telephones are in the process of being installed also. Fall continues. All the clocks and telephone lines should be completed by the end of the school year. Also mentioned was the messenger communication system that is in place in the system, in the school system. Principals have access to that. They can use that for notifications, for robocalls, text messages. It's linked to social media accounts for the schools. It can be used for the student body and parents, and it can also make notifications for the staff when needed. It was just a reminder to make them aware of that. Another reminder was also that any events that are held on WED property during the after hours or during that time frame should be utilizing the facility reservation system in order to know what's going on. So there's an easy way to see where bodies are and individuals are.
Sure.
If there's any kind of concerns in the community, we can also notify them that there's an issue with that school or something else in that area. Number 6 was yonder pouches, but Al spoke on that, so I'll let that stand where it is. And then our next meeting date is March 10th at 4 o'clock at the Hamlet Middle School.
Thank you, Mr. Leclerc. Ms. Kepiscus, you have anything to add to that?
No.
No. I'll make a motion to receive and place on file a student safety and behavioral health report. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Mr. Notoriani, would you give us your facilities and technology update?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So under school safety, we continue to meet every other week with the SROs and Detective Sergeant Kamer. We have a meeting scheduled for this week, but it is going to get postponed to next. But I don't want to jinx us. Everything's been going quite well. Under our communications platform, telephones, clocks, and intercoms, the telephones, there are about 30 telephones left to install at the Career Tech and high school campus, but internally, the new phones are working. We haven't released an extension list yet, but staff have kind of figured out they can call between classrooms, at least in some of the departments. Intercoms and bells will be updated in the spring. Hamlet, Villanova, we're currently in progress installing the clocks and the phones in many of the rooms. We will then start with Savoy, Pothia, Citizens, and Harris. And as Mr. Leclerc indicated earlier, we were able over the break to replace the intercom system at Pothia. That was an urgent need there. So we were able to accomplish that over the break. Security camera review, as Mr. Leclerc indicated, there is a work order in. It's worth noting that we just received the work order this week. So we're going to have to get a quote, and we're going to have to send it back to school committee to just replace the hardware for the cameras that are broken at the high school. My understanding is there are 13 of them. So I can't really answer to what happened if 13 blew out all at once, or if maybe it's just an accumulation, but that quote will be forthcoming to the business office and the full committee. Hamlet Middle School in Villanova, because the district cannot afford to, and we're relying on internal staff, we will be installing the cameras ourselves. So the cameras that you approved previously at previous meetings, those cameras have started to arrive, but our staff are still working on the telephones because we couldn't afford to have a company install them all as rapidly as we want. Our technology staff, and I'm saying this purposely because they're working very hard, there's 4 of them, have installed many of the phones. They'll be working on the security cameras, and they'll be assisted by the facilities department. So it's not going as quickly as we want it to, but we're doing it on as cheap as we possibly can. So cameras will be February through April at the middle schools, and then we will look to April for Savoy and Pothia. Citizens Globe, Vernon, and Coleman will have the existing cameras because those buildings are older and they already have something in place. For technology, as of today, there are 22 technology work orders in the system, 19 related to technology infrastructure, and 3 related to data systems. Data and state reporting, we're in the process of completing our state reporting for the month of December. It carried into January. Presently working on the graduation cohort data for 21 and 2022, which 2022 was really the class of 2025 that just graduated. We're doing our attendance data review, and we're also looking at alternative learning GED internal process to make sure we're capturing those students that leave the high school and pursue an alternative pathway, such as a GED program, because all of that counts against our graduation rate and our accountability. The Power School conversion is currently in process. It's worth noting that each director has kind of taken the lead role with their module. So, for example, I'm working on the student information system. The main part does the state reporting, but Dr. Holt is leading the professional development tracking module. As a matter of fact, that's an ongoing situation. We're very happy with what we're rolling out. And we'll begin configuration of the MTSS module in the next couple of months. As I'm sure you've already assumed, that's going to relate into the new the posting that we just said, the director position. So student registration will begin. It's actually moved up a month. So I originally announced it'd start March 1st. We're going to open student registration for the 26-27 school year on February 1st, 2026. It's a Sunday. The online module will be ready, and on that Monday, we'll be accepting paper applications. So we're bumping it up an extra month, hoping to get parents in. So I'm saying this purposely because it goes out on the radio. If you have a kindergartner or someone ready for kindergarten next year, please start bringing them in now and get your paperwork and get your place and seat ready at one of our schools. Facilities custodial services. As of today, there are 71 facilities work orders in the system. I don't have the number from last month, but it's worth noting that they've significantly whittled away their count, significantly. So they are at 58 assigned to our internal facility staff, and there are 13 assigned to contract vendors. That is down from the hundreds. So if I were to pull the number up, I think back in November, we were well over 100, maybe 150, 200. So they're working very hard. And it's worth noting they are short-staffed because we are short-staffed custodians, and facilities workers have to backfill as a custodian to clean our buildings. Our buildings have to continue to be cleaned. So that does reduce the staff. They're able to go out and fix issues such as broken doorknobs and windows and repair furniture. HVAC and heating. NextGen continues to work on the HVAC units in the district. They're presently working at the 2 middle schools, and they are working on the issues at the Pothia Citizens Campus and the High School Career Tech Center. It's worth noting that the unit in this room was down this morning, but we did check on that because at the last meeting, it was exceptionally cold. So just to give you an idea. Industrial burner, which works on our boilers, had to be dispatched to Vernon Heights Elementary School recently, and we are waiting for the replacement boiler to come in for Harris Elementary School. We have 2 boilers there. One is down, so we are running on just 1 boiler for the whole building, which is a little precarious because while it's a newer building, if that fails, you have no heat. Lighting systems, the contractor for the Rhode Island Office of Energy has ordered parts from the remaining stock, and they'll be back later this month and into February to continue working on the lights here at this school because the dimming issue does persist. But they did identify a location to get parts from to make some repairs, which is a positive development versus replacing the whole system at a significant cost. Transportation, we continue to meet weekly with Durham School Services. At this time, we have a full complement of drivers. However, Durham continues to face challenges with arrival and departure times. We truly believe it has to do with our school start and end times and as it relates to traffic flow on some of the congested roads. So, starting in January or later this month, there is a stakeholder committee that Dr. McGee has identified. I sent out a meeting an initial kickoff email, and we'll be scheduling some times later this month to start the process for what they're calling the Transpar study, which is the evaluation of grade spans, school zones, and transportation as it relates to the reconfiguration after the new school construction. And that concludes my report, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Notoriani. Any questions, comments?
Can I
Ms.
just make
Kepiscus, yes, please.
one brief comment? As you talk about school registration, I'm reminded, and I'd like to remind parents, as I normally do at a CELAC meeting, to participate in Child Find as part of that registration process. It helps us to early identify students that will have special needs so that we can make sure that there are enough special education seats available for those students. The earlier, the better, start at age 3, but definitely before kindergarten, because otherwise your children are going to come in, get placed in a gen ed classroom where they may not belong and where they may not be successful. So it is very important for parents to make sure that they reach out through Child Find. Child Find, despite what some people seem to think, is not the special education department seeking out students with special needs. It is us identifying those students that we know are coming to us anyway, so we can be better prepared for them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Kepiscus. I have one comment. This is the second time, I think, or maybe more, that you mentioned the problem with traffic is the start time, end times. Is there something that's going to be looked at? Is that being looked at in terms of what we're going to do for next year or even during this year so that maybe we'll fix some of those traffic issues?
Yes, we're looking at that in terms of so the study that I referenced has already taken an initial look, and they should be giving us some recommendations earlier.
This is Transpar, right?
Transpar to give us some recommendations. We're trying to do it in a conscientious way as to not disrupt parents and families, because when we adjust things, and I should also say faculty and staff, when we adjust things. So it's something that we're looking at very closely. We have, I would say at this point, we have maximized as much as we possibly can with rerouting, consideration of bus stops, consolidation of bus stops. We've probably maxed out on all of those types of adjustments. And so we need to take a closer look. And we're hoping that Transpar will have recommendations that we can get out in a timely fashion. Because if they can't, that I would recommend we not do something last minute. So we're waiting for them to take the lead. This is their area of expertise.
When you expect that report?
I don't have an exact date,
Okay.
Chairman. I wish I can go back and see what they would estimate. We are going to have a meeting with the Transpar Stakeholder Committee, which Mrs. Kepiscus has volunteered to be a member of.
That's great.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
And we have a couple of parents that have been invited here in the district, and my colleagues on the admin team. We're going to do this as almost like a group family effort, as we like to think here at McPhee. And we'll be working on that later this month, and I'll have more news probably in February. One big happy family.
Wonderful. Hooray for the family. I'll make a motion to receive and place on file the facilities technology update. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Leclerc, Mrs. Costa. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Mr. Notoriani, I'll let you handle the next item, which is the construction update on the George T. City Elementary School.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would invite the committee to step down off the stage and just get some seats set up. There is a presentation. Tonight, we have Mr. DeSanti and Mr. Lamadou here
Great.
from Downs Construction and DOC to give us a brief presentation. I'll speak for a few minutes, and then they're going to carry us through a PowerPoint and some videos.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Okay.
do this at quarter.
Oh, the lights.
Thank you for the suggestion. I think that's excellent. Hear that?
I heard, he told me
Yeah,
already.
yeah,
but he already
yes,
told me
yes.
earlier.
This, I gotta be
Yes,
honest with you.
yes. Well, Lynn, step it up.
Here comes the choo-choo train.
The family dynamic.
Let's go. Let's look at us. It's us.
Yeah, so I'll turn over to Mr. DeSanti and Mr. Lamadou. They will walk us through the updates and then there's the footage at the end.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do a quick on the footage.
Yeah.
So-
Okay.
All right.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, school committee members. I'm Joe DeSanti, Director of Program Management for Downs Construction. We're the owner's project manager. We're going to walk you through. With me tonight is Peter Hamadou, who is from DOC. I won't get too much into the schedule. I'll let him do it. We're going to hit on some high-level, high-priority project topics, and then if you guys have any questions, we'll be ready to answer those. So first thing, won't get too much into the critical schedule updates because honestly, some of the two biggest things that we were looking to get accomplished, which is number one, start the project, because you can't finish if you don't start. And if you've been by the site, there's been a lot of progress, and we're going to show you drone footage. So project has started, and we have got through one of the biggest milestones for RIDE, which has got 60% CD construction document approval earlier this week, which was a great accomplishment as well. Budget review, I know it's a little hard to see. We are still well within our budget. We're about 65–70% bought out with procurement through DOC with their subcontractors. We're hoping, I think, by early February, being much closer to that 100%. But as we go through February, I think we'll be very close to 100%. We'll be actually bringing to the building committee our next amendment for that scope of work. In addition to that, some of the bigger items that will be left at that point will be really just FF&E and technology. And I know that the district's also been very successful in obtaining an additional grant, an FOI grant, for some additional help with technology, low voltage, and those kind of things, which are coming in the future. Offsite scope and funding for RIDOT. This is one of the bigger items that we are right now tracking. We've had 2 meetings now with Woonsocket, with WED, and with RIDOT. I know this is going to be really difficult for you to read, but I'll go right to the plan that you're all very familiar with. So anything outside of that curb line or driveway is offsite work that is not currently contracted through any contractor, including DOC. And we also need to work with the state to, number one, identify funding, and number two, to identify a contractor, and number three, to identify funding. And maybe not necessarily in that order. Funding may come first. But we have had a couple of meetings. This is the plan that we were hoping to go for. I know there is some discussions out there right now about potentially tweaking it, but this plan was very well thought out. It had turning lanes. It had a thought for having traffic signalization. And we hope that between all of the entities, we'll improve on this plan, and we'll continue to update that progress on that in the future. I'll let Peter give a construction update right now.
Sure. So good
That
evening,
button right
everybody.
there.
Hi.
I'm Peter Lahamadou, project executive for Danielle Connelson's. So as you know, we mobilized on site in late September. We've made a lot of progress since then, as you can see. So we have some photographs here. It's a little bit hard to see, but a lot of these photos are from our drone flights, which we do periodically every few weeks. So in the top left, you can see this is the view if you were looking from Smithfield Road. The left side, bless you. The left side is the wing of the building called Area A. The right side is B, and the center is C. So you can see we kind of, bless you, we work our way around the site as the drone does a large circle around the site. So here you can see concrete. So foundations are well underway. retaining walls. Here you can see damp proofing on the foundation. This is retaining walls and foundation. And you do the drone footage. We do have a drone video. I'm not sure how to.
Yeah, that's okay. So while you're clicking the drone footage, if you go to that next slide, or she might have moved it off. Oh, go back.
Oh, sorry, there we go.
No, yeah, okay. We'll go back afterwards, but there are two links there. One is to this drone footage that you can see right now, which is pretty impressive. This gets uploaded periodically to the website, and that's the other link that you will see at the end of this presentation. There's a link to the website so that you could see progress photos and also get updates on any other items that are happening. Yes, yeah, it's now part of this presentation, so if you go in there, you could copy it.
I think there's already a link down here.
So as we're watching the drone footage, I could tell you that we have a third-party inspector out there as well, who the building committee approved last month. They're doing their inspections, and I know that building department has been going in and doing their inspections. Everything we've heard is they're a pleasure actually to work with, and they've been very helpful with working with the city on inspections and any of those kind of things that we have needed. Yeah, so it'd be great as it progresses on the outside of the building to be able to see this drone footage as well. So, and we'll continue to update that link, like I said, on a regular basis. How often do you guys do it?
Every couple of weeks usually.
Yeah, so at a minimum it'd be once a month, but it's usually been about 2.5, 3 weeks when we've seen the updated drone footage. That pretty much concludes our presentation. If you have any questions, we're more than welcome to answer.
That is the plan. Right now, we are on track to start structural steel in the spring, and our substantial completion is in the spring next year. So that facilitates the moving in over the summer, the off-site roadway improvements, everything to get it prepared to open for
No
that
problems
fall.
with supply lines. That's still good.
Not yet.
Okay.
There's a lot
Supply chains.
a lot of pre-planning, and that's part of these
Yeah.
early releases was to make sure mechanical, electrical
Yeah.
equipment was ordered in time to get it to the job site in time.
Very good.
Worth noting, the district's going to take these old technology, load, foaming and burning it. So, because it's fairly new and it matches what we have everywhere else. So we're coordinating so that by June of 2027, school ends. Our tech staff, our facility staff will go into those 3 schools, reading projectors, student Chromebooks, printers, anything in nature that we can use at the new school. They will bring it over and they will reassign it throughout the classrooms in coordination with the downs and the.
Good.
So, seems well coordinated. I'm very impressed with downs and DNC.
Thank you.
I will say, I live right around the corner from the construction site, so I get the honor of driving by it like every day on my way to work, so it's kind of really cool to like see and watch the progress. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the presentation. This is good.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Oh, good. Very nice. Yeah, it's fantastic. Nothing. Oh, there should.
Don't tell her.
all that.
Presentations in the folder.
Yes, it's all there.
Mhm.
I'll make a motion to receive and place on file the construction update on the Georgian City Elementary School. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Leclerc and Mrs. Costa, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We have one item of unfinished business. So I'll make a motion, discuss and approve the Woonsocket Area and Career Center WACTAC admissions policy for second passage. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. I'll turn it over, Ms. Kapistis, Mr. and Vice Chair Burke. Is there anything else we need to add?
No, I just think that it's the same thing we've already given first passage to. It's basically developing an admissions policy for the WACTEC where there hasn't been one before. Basically to clarify issues that are arising out of students trying to change their career choices.
Yes.
And we cannot really have students changing late into the program. So it's to try to make them focus on career exploration so that they're making a correct choice as they enter their sophomore year, which is when they actually begin working in the program.
Thank you. Any questions, comments? Mr. Perrier, roll call, please.
Chairman Bourget,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Burke,
Yes.
Mrs. Costa,
Yes.
Ms. Kepiscus,
Yes.
and Mr. Leclerc.
Yes.
There it is.
Now going to new business. I'll make a motion to discuss, approve the amendments to the electronic devices policy. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Leclerc and Mrs. Costa. I'll turn it over to you again. Mrs. Kapiskas, Vice Chair Burke.
Please. Yep.
As I've been saying for years, we currently do have an electronic devices policy which bans them in schools. However, and although there's been some attempts at strict enforcement at the high school in this school year, we've discovered, at least until we have the yonder pouch policy in place, we wanted to amend the existing policy, which provides an exception to the rule, to the ban, if you're granted permission. The current policy says by an administrator or an educator. We're taking out the words and/or educator. So permission can only be granted by an administrator so that we don't have a teacher accidentally making a student believe they can have their cell phone out. So basically, we're essentially taking that authority away. It's restricted only to an administrator that can grant that permission until we have something more in place in February.
That makes a lot of sense. Mr. Perrier?
Chairman Bourget,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Burke,
Yes.
Mrs. Kepiscus,
Yes.
Mrs. Costa,
Yes.
Mr. Leclerc.
Yes.
Next item, I'll make a motion to discuss, approve the 2027 Woonsocket School Committee Annual Meeting Calendar. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. You can see there in your notes that we're approving this because the school committee meeting dates are incorporated into the school year calendar. So to do that, we need to approve our calendar to move forward. And if you've reviewed it, it's pretty much the same dates, the same, 2 meetings a month, except for the months that our charter or our bylaws say that we only have one per month. So is there any discussion on this item? Mr. Perrier?
Chairman Bourget,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Burke,
Yep.
Mrs. Costa,
Yes.
Mrs. Kepiscus,
Yes.
Mr. Leclerc.
Yes.
Next, I'll make a motion to discuss the Student Community Safety Survey. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. Mr. Perrier,
Yes,
please.
I can speak to this. This is the survey that was put together. It's the Student Community Safety Survey. All surveys need to go to school committee for approval, and the results will be shared at a future forum meeting.
From what I understand, the community meeting that's being held at the high school
I believe it's Friday.
this Friday,
Correct.
6 o'clock in the auditorium, Woonsocket High. Students will have filled this out probably tomorrow, is talking to the superintendent. So they will, if we approve this tonight, they will work on this tomorrow, and the results will be shared on Friday evening. That's the purpose of this survey.
Mr. Chairman, what students are going to be given this survey? High school, middle,
Well,
elementary?
I would think it's going to be the high school, at least the high school, because the meeting's going to be held there.
It didn't say that.
but it could be all students. But I'm not sure. This will be handed out by the different schools. I'm not sure who's handing it out. We're just approving the essence or the actual survey.
This is by WED though, right? The survey?
This is, yes. Mr. Kapiskis, you
We
look,
don't know.
I'm just curious, who generated the survey? Is this the survey? Because there's been some stuff on social media about some student survey asking questions, which a gentleman who's spoken before, using the term loosely, who's spoken before the school committee before has issues with. I looked through these questions. It doesn't seem to be the same survey. So I'm guessing this is an internal
this
survey.
is brand new internal. I know it's internal.
Our internal.
It's our
Okay.
internal.
I just wanted to make sure. I don't see
Yep.
the questions they were questioning, but.
Mhm.
Kimberly, you know who's getting it?
Let us know.
Okay, well, I didn't know if I could speak.
Um,
But it's through Kyle Quadros and Gigi DeBello, Project Aware, and then one of our hired, I don't know what you want to call her. She works with us.
Consultant?
Yes, consultant, sorry. Maybe something like that.
Okay.
Right, Angie? But anyways, she made the survey with the help of Gigi DeBello and Kyle Quadros. And this is how this came about, and it is for high school students.
And it's going to be probably done tomorrow. Because I asked the superintendent, are they doing it before we approve it? And they said no. So it's tomorrow, supposedly the day that, today and Friday. And it's that, I think the results are going to be shared on Friday evening at 6 o'clock. That's all I know about the survey.
Okay.
Any questions, thoughts?
Well, sir.
Perfectly fine.
Mr. Perry?
Chairman Bourget,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Burke,
Yes.
Mrs. Costa,
Yes.
Mr. Kapiskas,
Yes.
and Mr. Leclerc.
Yes.
We have no other items on our agenda, so I'll make a motion to adjourn at 8:02 PM. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I never called them.